Okay, I've had my 1 day off to prepare, and it's time to get back to it. We beat the Builder Legacy, so my nightmare community is gone. Now, the reception was what I was hoping for. No one wanted to see me try again and get no deaths. I think everyone was sufficiently... I think it was demonstrated sufficiently that I could do it without deaths, just with the exception of my silly attack on Zombieville. So, what is the new theme? Well, it's time to go get our dad's credit cards, because this is going to be the pay-to-win saga. That's right, Daybreak, Independence, Doomsday Pack, and Preppers Pack. These are both part of the Ultimate Edition. It is time to pay to win and see how that impacts the Nightmare Zone. Skip the tutorial, of course. We're going to be doing Cascade Hills. That was the one that was most heavily voted. Third one is going to be Drucker County, and then maybe back to Mayor Valley. But Cascade Hills, this is the map I'm second most familiar with, which is to say quite a bit less familiar with, but more familiar with than Drucker County. Of course, we're playing on the Nightmare Zone. We gotta pay to win. We're shelling the cash out. We're swiping the credit card. We're punching in the digits in order to pay to win. You probably saw that I changed the color of the thumbnail to a rich pay-to-win color. That way we could tell that this is Season 2. Honestly, I'm not sure how much of a difference paying to win is going to make, because a lot of the pay-to-win stuff is really not that good. There we go. Nightmare Zone Builder Amenities. Easily the best of the boons. Next, we're probably going to go for the trader, but I don't remember if anyone in our community is a trader, and we're kind of at the mercy of random picks. My second choice would probably be the warlord, because if I remember right, the sheriff has like a giant assault on a compound, which sounds a lot harder to deal with than the individual communities that you deal with in the warlord zone, if memory serves right. But I haven't beaten the legacies since the original game. Or since the game originally came out. So let's see who's going with us. We're gonna bring Eric, our previous leader. We're gonna bring... What's this guy? He is... looks like he's a warlord. I think that's the warlord icon. And we're gonna bring... What is he? A builder as well. So we got 2 builders and we got a warlord. So we don't have a trader. Let's see what my other guys were. This guy's a warlord. This girl is a sheriff. These people need to get deleted. I have a tendency to delete people that I don't think are worthy of being in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why I did not forget, why I forgot to delete them. So this is what we're starting out with. We got metalworking, which will help us get parts. We got mechanics, which will help us actually keep our vehicles up to date. And Gregory, the meme character. Everyone knows that I don't like Gregory, but for some reason the community likes Gregory, so here he is. Now, I normally don't start games like this. I like to start with absolutely nothing. I find that to just be way more fun, which is why I delete all my characters. Oh, let's hear the intro again.
And we're empty. Again.
So, whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time I accidentally stumbled on a juggernaut. I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on. I admit, it looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
Now that you mention it, it does feel kinda homey.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible, maybe with some room to expand.
I actually have no idea why we watched that. We've already seen it before. I was almost like mesmerized by it. Oh wait, do we get some... Oh, we get a feral right off the bat. That's bad news for the feral, though, since we have a 3-man party. I forgot, we can't do any looting because We're currently full on everything. The vehicle is in operable condition, though, so let's put this in the back. Get the gas can. Oh, look. Not only do we... well, you always get a truck, but you don't always get this specific truck. Sometimes you get, like, the repair truck, for example, but this is the main truck we used last time, so it's almost like we've got a fourth character. We've got the Rames with us. Really? And I know that Farrell wants us. But he can't have us. This thing is beat up. So here is the starter home. I think this is the Clarington house. Or it might be the Justina house, actually. It's not the Vogel house. The Vogel house is Drucker County. Got our enemies coming out in force as usual.
If that screamer sees me, it's bad news.
Just deal with these guys real quick.
Incoming. All over.
So some people ask why I didn't bring stuff like more guns, and the answer is because we didn't really use guns in the previous playthrough. Guns like the BFG you see here, each of us are carrying one, and guns were mainly used for base defense. They were not used in mission operations very much.
I'll check in later.
And the other reason, like, why didn't I bring like all of the things? I brought the things that I thought were valuable, like being able to teach skills that I might want, and exotic resources for ensuring that we can construct things. I didn't bring rucksacks because I just forgot to. Typically speaking, I don't transfer my characters over, so I'm not in the habit of doing it. In fact, I haven't had to transfer characters for probably about 7 months, because I've been using the same community, so I'm just not in the practice of doing it. There we go. But yeah, all those additional weapons, like, they just wouldn't have gotten used. I probably would have just stripped them for parts.
The pipes are working and the breaker box is connected.
That's right.
Water and power, everyone.
Give me that electricity. Give me that electricity.
Priority has to be gathering materials.
Now, our first priority is dumping all of our stuff off.
We need to scout around a bit. Take a look out there, will you?
If everyone brought a material rucksack, though, that certainly would have been convenient. So since the aggression of the world should be reduced, it means Ladislaw is going to be the best guy to go out and do some work. I did apparently forget to bring my favorite weapon, the crossbow. Whatever, though. It's sometimes you forget. What can you do, though? No sense in crying over spilt milk. We're not going to use that. That's going to just stay there. So we got... what is this guy's skill in? Oh, that's right. We're not going to be using this guy. We're going to be using Ladislaw. So you get your weapon back. We'll switch to him, because this is the guy who has the fewest skills in anything. At the same time, though, you can see they're all about to level, well, except for mechanics, but all of his other skills are about to level up. Oh, I forgot, we need to get the base repaired. Get the base repaired. Oh, we need more manpower for that. Get some supplies. Looks like we don't get any basics. Let's use energy drinks just in case something really stupid happens. And the basic painkillers. Oh, let's go ahead and use the ability. We don't even... Wait, no, it's time to pay to win. What are we doing? What are we doing? What am I doing?
Any chance you could send someone over for a bit of trading? Time for me to get back out there.
I'm sorry, but Red Talon doesn't have anyone available to help you right
What? What? Let's try it one more time to make sure that I'm not crazy.
Any chance you could send someone over for a bit of trading?
now. I'm sorry, but Red Talon doesn't have anyone
Well.
available to help you right now.
Well. Where are the... I have not had to call these in so long. These are the vehicles. This is the... Where is just like the prestige? Oh, I bet it's just under supply drops. So, ultimate... Let's just go over these real quick. Ultimate Edition melee weapons, 450 influence, range... We're probably going to skip the ranged weapons because we just don't really need them. The Prepper's Pack melee weapons are pretty good if I remember right. And they're not too expensive either. I think they include the Grass Cutter, which is... I believe it has the Grass Cutter, and that's my favorite sword. Well, let's just go do this mission that they're asking us to do. So, the original plan was to call in the Prestige Trader, and then I was going to just get the level 3 workshop. And then I was just going to build a level 3 workshop immediately, but apparently they don't like that idea. Fine, be that way. This area looks promising for getting a material item. Parts, better than nothing. This is honestly my favorite part of the game. Like, a lot of people like it when you've got everything built up, but once you have everything built up, to me that's kind of like the end of the game. The game's basically over at that point. I like this part here where you're at your weakest and you have to kind of claw your way up to the top. That's my favorite part of the game. And it's also... Oh, I already know how to survey. I know how to survey. And it's also why I typically don't transfer stuff over. Because I like the... I enjoy that period of struggle. This guy's like bobbing and weaving, fighting
like
stance is so strange.
Someone set up camp in that building.
Neutral.
Just checking in. I'm still working here.
Right on.
Found another bloater.
Where's the last question mark at? Here it is.
Okay then.
Bingo.
Nothing more to see here.
Does this have materials in it? It's like right next door to us. It could. Kind of annoying that I was hoping to like pay to win. That's the whole point of the series, and we can't pay to win yet. We're probably going to have to change bases. I believe it's a bug where the Red Talon guys won't call in because it's some stupid bug.
I'm calling it.
Let
I'm done here.
me try it from here.
That's great. Any chance you could send someone over for a bit of trading?
I'm sorry, but Red Talon doesn't have anyone available to help you right now.
So annoying. Basically, I guess the game can't currently generate a trader. When we change bases, it'll probably be fine, though.
It's time to get building. Either a workshop or an infirmary would be
Definitely a workshop first. That way we can get our... what do you call it, up and running. This is gonna take 5 minutes to repair. It's pretty good. Basically, we need the car up and running.
If you could give us a hand, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, this is the guy who wants the plague. Are our guys already... So he's a citizen. Okay, so we have to re-level our guys up as well. Or not level them up, but increase their standing. I forgot that there was stuff in the back. So I want to talk about reflections on the previous playthrough. Some of the things people wanted me to do was recruit more people and go into a bigger base, but honestly, I don't see the reason why we should have done that in the previous game. And the reason for that is because the Mazzara farm, honestly, I think was the best pick there. Yeah, we could have gotten more facilities out of... Oh, can we make a repair kit with a level 1? No, we can't. We have to upgrade to level 2. Then let's get the infirmary up and running instead. Looks like we gotta hoof it for a little bit. Or find a repair kit. But no, the Mazzara farm was doing exactly what we needed. And we could... Obviously, we could have upgraded to a different base. And we would have gotten more slots to work around with, but we only would have gotten 1 or 2 more slots, and I don't really see what necessity it would have been. Like, the Mazzara farm was honestly really good. And for the reason why I didn't want to recruit more people was, well, at the very end you saw how severe the food became once we started adding some people. And obviously when we added a whole buttload of people,
This weight's gonna slow me down.
it was out of control. But even if we added like 2 or 3 more people, that would have been, what, 6 to 4.5 more food? And we were basically breaking even on food. If we had agriculture, then I would have considered it, but we didn't have agriculture, so... From my perspective, further expansion would have been pointless. Unless the further expansion led to getting someone with agriculture or gardening. Gotta hoof all the way back and forth with these rucksacks. Another thing people have been asking for is they want like kind of like a, oh, this guy's not dead. They've been wanting kind of a tips and tricks video. The issue though is that I need more authority, and what I mean by that is I need more time played in the Nightmare Zone. I might do like kind of a beginner tips and tricks, but it'll be like really the fundamental stuff, which perhaps some people do need to go over the fundamentals for the Nightmare mode, but we honestly just need to clock more time into Nightmare mode. One of the things I wish is that we could have more than 3 communities, because I used 2 of the communities for making my guide videos, and that really slows me down quite a bit. If I could have a 4th community, then I could basically play the game in addition to what I'm doing here, because I'm playing this minute by minute, hour by hour. But if I could have a 4th community, I could just be building up a ton more experience, and I could be testing a lot more things. Fuel. Military checkpoint sounds interesting. We need a weapon. In the beginning of the game, while the zombie density is low, we could use a... Maybe we could use the vehicle. I mean, does it really matter if the vehicle blows up? Is it really any different than if the vehicle wasn't blown up? Like, basically, if the vehicle was blown up in our base, would it really make a difference? I don't think it would make a difference, so let's just drive it carefully. Oh, come on, a feral. Okay, maybe we won't do that, because I don't have a gun. Oh, maybe I can lure him back to our base. Yeah, I'll lure him back to the base.
Head, we're no smarter than the zombies.
He's like, it's like, is it Zombie Jesus? He's like walking over the air. What's happening? But of course my allies can't hit him. What is happening? Okay, I think he's good, back to normal. The AI is so bad at fighting ferals. I don't know if I've pointed that out before, but the AI is so bad at fighting ferals. So bad. We have a torn muscle, reducing our stamina, but the feral has been cleared, so that means we can use our vehicle and be more efficient. Got all the zombies in the world. Well, not all the zombies in the world. This is not that big of a deal, but... Get him to trip. Ah! I ran into a wall! Okay. Can I loot in peace, please? So down in the comments section, there are a few things that I agreed with. Odd critiques of the Nightmare Zone. I think some weapons are just too loud. And by that I mean, there are the really, really low-powered weapons that have a low sound rating and you put a nice silencer on them. I feel like they should be pretty quiet, because it basically means that you just don't use guns anymore. That's basically the situation you're in. Because guns make too much noise. You basically use them in an emergency situation. And I think that is kind of annoying, because it excludes a lot of weapons from being used.
If I piss off that skinny freak, I'm gonna have bigger problems.
No, you don't. There we go. What are in these? Food? Let's go into the one that has food.
Cleared this one out.
To continue, I think it's fine for the high-powered weapons to be extremely noisy, even if they have a silencer, just for the game mechanics, but I feel like the really low-powered weapons, they should be silent with a silencer on. Seeds? This one better be a food rucksack. And it was. This guy is so close to leveling up his stuff that I want to try to assassinate a few zombies just to unlock that wit skill. This guy must be really lucky, you know. Obviously the characters don't have a story, but if this guy had a story, man, he must be really lucky to be the surviving member of his group from the previous game. Got materials. Medicine. Do we need medicine? Yeah, we need medicine. We just got some ammo. We got a little bit of variety of everything here. That's good. The reason this is my second favorite map is because, one, it has my favorite base in the game, which is the container fort. And we probably won't, unless we get someone with agriculture, we probably won't move into the container fort. But The other reason I like it is because it's not quite as mountainous as Drucker County. It has its moments of being mountainous, but overall it's pretty easy to drive through.
Can't do it.
Darn. Got him. Once we turn these in, we should be in at least the yellow for all of our resources.
Found something.
So, when we started the game the first time, previously we had to deal with the double hordes, and this one we had to deal with the early game Feral, which beat up my weapon quite a bit since I had to swap it out with them.
Time to move on.
Luxury item, I'll take it. What was it? Toothpaste. Gotta have that toothpaste. That looks like an armor horde over there. Got a nice convenient parking space right here.
I wish I could call someone up to fix the damn pothole.
Armor horde hired us. So yeah, we are now in the white or the yellow in all of our resources. We switch this guy out. Probably play as Gregory since he's the least leveled up. Oh, we forgot to rearm with the BFG. Always a pain. I might try that BFG strategy that I might give it a try on this one right here. Let's see. Put this on. We'll use this. This will be the weapon. This will be the pistol we actually use. Gonna hang on to it just for an emergency. Never know when you do need to make a ranged attack, even if it's a... Now, one of the dangers of doing what I'm about to do is that the BFG could get destroyed if the vehicle were destroyed.
You know me. Just
But what it means is, when we return, we can just pull the BFG out, and then he could immediately return to guard duty. Look at all these areas that have materials. That's what I like to see. It just means that we gotta be a little careful. I mean, we gotta be super careful since we can get pulled out of the driver's seat. Let's check both of the trunks of these vehicles real quick. Will we loot it in time? Or will he see us? We will loot it in time. Parts. Nope, we're not going to get this one in time. He's going to see us. It's so annoying that this is basically a normal everyday playthrough. We can't even pay to win. How stupid is that? We can't even use... Oh! Here we go. Here we go. All right. Vehicle's still pretty banged up. You can see the chrome is heavily dented, but... We got car doors. We could probably make it up here. There we go. Holy monkey, that's a lot of guys. You saw him try to grab me, but it doesn't work if I'm in the middle of an execution. Whoa, did he just like one-hit 3 guys in a row? What is up with Gregory? He's trying to stay in the community. I know I've said it before, but the game is self-aware. The game knows that I want to get rid of Gregory. The game knows it.
Not a shambling corpse to be seen.
One of the things we're definitely going to call in is some of those DLC weapons. Good, we got some basic supplies. We're actually low on things like snacks and whatnot. Wow, 2 rucks in a single building. That's what I'm talking about. Why don't we just loot this house as well? Houses are kind of like loot boxes. You just don't know what you're going to get in them, and sometimes when you're just feeling lucky, you should just check out a house. We also might just get a lot of miscellaneous supplies, and that's something we need right now. We can sell the backpacks. I'll definitely feel more at home on this playthrough just because the trader is my preferred character, or my preferred leader type, if indeed we get a trader. Definitely you can take that. It's a type of crafting material. We'll take it.
Still got some dead folks out and about.
Zombies detected. They can't be inside the building. Must be someone really close to the outside.
That's that. Next place?
Okay. Does this guy have scouting? Like, why am I detecting... Oh. I guess the game counted that person as part of the house. We're full up, so let's go ahead and quickly drop this crap off. We'll run that screamer over real quick. Oh, we need to loot that. There might be some circuitry in it. Alright, how much do we got for materials? Probably enough to upgrade one of these. Not quite. Nope, we're literally down 1 material. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna loot this. First episode of the new series, obviously going to be more peaceful. The game is at its lowest difficulty at the moment. And I'm not worried about getting infected. So I mean, we can afford to put that quest off, because that's just going to be the quest that unlocks the... There's a plague juggernaut. Should be fine. Actually, it might not be fine. We might need to drive a little further away to get him to leash. Getting back in. Oh, thank you. No, you don't. No, you don't. I heard you guys. You guys are slow. I can drive wherever I want. The game is self-aware. They heard. They're like, oh, you think it's too easy? Hold up, hold up. Let's change that. I don't, you know, I play on the Xbox, but I don't have my Kinect. You know, my Kinect has been disabled for a long time. It's in storage, so, you know, they can't be spying on me with the Kinect. Oh my god, I'm not in the sweet spot to loot it. That would be a tip right there, if I make tips. Don't be stubborn. Like, if an area has an excessive amount of enemies, then just come back to it at a different time when the game changes the spawns.
Quiet.
Like, there was nothing to gain from fighting all of those enemies. And there's 5 things to loot in here. Sounds promising. Oh man, a signal antenna. That's somebody at the door. Look at that, that was another. Killed both of those in one hit. No! Ah, gotcha. If that screamer screamed, then I would have had to leave once again, because then 20 zombies would have appeared and I'd have to leave. And then I'd be annoyed. There's the fuel. What are we gonna get from this? Molotov could come in handy for clearing an infestation. This should be the materials. And it was. Gotta go back to the vehicle though. So originally we were gonna upgrade the workshop first so that we could get repair kits, but we don't have to worry about that since we were able to just find a repair kit organically. So instead we're going to get the infirmary to level 2 so we could start curing injuries. Why wouldn't I just default to the infirmary? Someone probably will wonder, and it's just because the efficiency of moving faster is better than curing injuries, just being able to drive the vehicle around, because being able to drive the vehicle around is what's going to let us find more resources to rapidly upgrade. Let's see, anything else interesting around here? Empty storefront, nail salon. That one looks interesting. My inventory's a little bogged down though, so maybe we should go return the items first. And then once we turn these materials in, we'll actually be able to upgrade. Let's go ahead and get the infirmary up. Let's just try the red talon again, just because... Let's try the red talon again.
I'd like to arrange a meetup. We're looking to trade.
I'm sorry, but Red Talon
Nope,
doesn't
it's
have
just this
anyone available
location.
to help you right now.
What if maybe I should re-log in? Wonder if that would fix it. Let's install... Oh, we have to upgrade first before we can install. Here we have 4 outposts, which is decent. Food and ammo. Fuel, we're doing okay on fuel, so we don't actually need that. Spacious warehouse is next. Tight squeeze. There we go. Let's avoid the main road, because the main road is really close to that plague heart. Which means there will naturally be plague hordes wandering around to protect it. Get out, run away, maybe we can get far enough away from them to de-aggro. And not have to fight them. You might wonder, why don't I want to fight zombies? That's a question you get, like, oh, isn't it boring? No, I find it to be a pain to fight the zombies all the time, because all it does is break my weapons down, and it doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. Like, our goal is to get the base up and running, and fighting all these zombies is... I mean, I've killed so many zombies that it's not even, like, insanely fun to just mow down, like, normal quantities of zombies. Maybe if I've got, like, an operation or something, but I just don't care for the most part. Tell you what, it's got this nice dark horror game feel to it right now. But in this case, the slasher of the movie is me. Oh, he saw me. Which means the others are gonna hear it. That's gonna be annoying. Also hard to see. So let's go around again. The fox stalks his prey at night. This is also what I mean where, like, the stealth perk, it's good. I mean, I think stealth is good, but that's why I prefer scouting, because I can play the game just fine without stealth. But what I really like is having the zombies on the radar, and what I really like is seeing the loot through the walls. See, like right now, it's dark, and because I've scouted the building, the enemies are being revealed on the map, but I think he's facing me, so... No, he's got his back turned. But if I had scouting, then I would have this effect constantly, and it would be much easier to do this. I get through here? Nope. He should be like... Okay, there he is. About to say he's like dead in front of me. This reminds me of a fan game from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. It was this fan-made game where you had to explore a really dark warehouse. The YouTuber Daco played it. Here we go. No items, but we did get Wits level 4, I think. Makes sense that a lot of these don't contain much since it has 6 searchable objects. Whoa, a 2-for-1 deal. Where's the vehicle? Oh, I get out of here. Ugh, none of these garage doors are open. Oh, here we go. You know what's funny is I'm actually not extremely good at horror games. I'm good at survival games. Some I'm better than others. For example, I'm not particularly good at Don't Starve. Still learning how to play the game, but I'm actually not very good at horror games in general. And this game is technically a horror game, but I don't really consider it a horror game. I mean, it can have its moments, like, you know, some people might get a bit... What? Another signal antenna? Gee. We don't need two, but they fetch a decent price when sold. Especially since we haven't seen those network traders, because that's when I'd be able to buy the better one. The network relay, or whatever it's like. The network signal antenna, I forget what it's called. Where's the last item? Gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack, I bet. Especially because I can't see. Oh, there it is. This could have another sack of materials. I mean, that'd be super greedy, thinking there'd be 3 in 1, but...
That's that. Next
Gasoline, I'll take it. Spares us from breaking gas canisters or gas rucks down. So how are we doing? Juggernaut and Feral are still up. I mean, we could get rid of them by luring them here. Oops, I did not mean to honk the horn. Let's drive around these guys. Oh, come on, I bounced into the damn hole. Where am I going? The wrong way. Use the emergency brakes to turn quickly. Try to avoid these guys. I think we only hit one, so that's fine. Too tight of a turn. Didn't hit anything there, though. Nope. Too bad, boys. I am out of here. Missed your opportunity to damage my vehicle, at least. Drive around these fools. I think the only way to make the AI decent at shooting barrels would be to equip them with shotguns, because then the spray of buckshot would at least graze the ferals. Put some of this stuff away. Let's see how the base is looking. So we got 6 minutes on that. They repaired these. What should we build here? Probably a garden, but we still have them probably... Once again, we're short 1 material. I would love to have that Red Talon workshop, but...
We'd like to arrange a meetup. We're looking to trade.
I'm sorry.
Rejected.
Red Talon doesn't have anyone available to help you right now.
Of course you don't. We don't have a plague sample yet, so we can't complete that quest, but I guess we may as well get acquainted with our new neighbors. Let's call in a Oh.
That's a feral. I'd better be careful. They're damn quick.
Maybe I can get him with the...
Hey, I taste good.
You know you want to die too. Which direction is he? Oh, he's over here. Yes, come over here. Uh-oh. Oh, they killed him. Interesting. He's wearing a ripped up plaid shirt. I guess they can hit him. They're just extremely bad at it. Well, that got rid of one of the ferals. The other feral is in the opposite direction of where we're trying to go, so we'll leave him be. Go refuel the vehicle. The cure for all seasons. Okay, where do we need to... So there'll be a turn on the right. Right over here. That should lead right up to it. Assuming I can even see. It's so dark. Nope. You don't get the scream.
Come on in. No funny business, okay?
Later.
I'll close the door. There we go. So we're talking to Oswaldo.
Hey there.
Looks like we won't be able to talk until we kill all of the zombies. Let's go ahead and get the zombies over here that followed us. Just to get them all cleared out.
Can't let that one get back up.
There we go. I think we can agree to it.
By killing plague zombies. There's a plague heart nearby. That whole area should be crawling with infected zombies.
This guy's skills that he's got swordplay.
Himself to get a bunch of samples. That's more dangerous.
No, you don't.
Won't be easy, so you better gear up before you head out.
Helping out like this is a good way to make friends.
Let's hope this pays off. We could use allies out here.
Why don't we loot their building real quick? Maybe we can find some luxury items to sell.
Looks empty to me.
Nothing. A parang. Good alternative weapon if this one starts to break down. That's good, that's good. That could be useful. Check around the outside real quick. Make sure there's no outdoor lootables. Got these.
Not really what I was hoping for.
Bandage? Sure, I guess.
Can't do it.
Oh. I didn't calculate it correctly. That's fine though, now that we've got our level 2. Infirmary just popped. Okay, looks like we got basically everything there. I don't want to sell any of that. That's stuff that I want. This guy got injured, so time to send him back. This is where the crossbow would have come in handy if I had remembered to bring it with me, but I got distracted. Because then we could silently hunt the zombies and have the increased chance of them dropping the plague samples. What can you do, though? Won't miscalculate this time. Oh wait, we forgot that strategy. We were gonna go get the BFG to go on guard duty. Here we go. Put this back on. And now this guy's ready for guard duty. All I need is a second vehicle to kind of leave there. And then that would actually be pretty convenient. Eric, leader of the previous community. I want to complete this quest before we call it quits. I feel like that would be a good stopping point, just getting this... The first episode, basically just getting things kind of set up.
Barely lift this.
Here's an idea. We could use the... Let's use one of the louder ones, which would be the tube fireworks. And then what we'll do is burn them with the Molotovs, and we'll probably get a large enough volume of them to get a plague sample. That's my theory, at least. This mace is a little banged up, but we can repair it. Oh, why don't we just repair it now? I don't see the harm in it. All I gotta do is walk into the base area. Let's go ahead and get them breaking a weapon down. And let's get this installed with the advanced biochem. So we probably want to drive to about right here. Because I don't want them attracted to the car. Run him over real quick. Nothing. I hate this military checkpoint because of those cars in the way. It's so annoying to have to constantly drive around it. Get off my vehicle. There. Maybe we get lucky and get a sample. Oh, another plague zombie, another chance to get lucky. Give me a sample. Nothing. Are these guys part of a horde? Where's the screamer? Over there. These guys are not part of a horde, so I should be able to execute them.
That plague heart can't be far away. I think I smell it.
Want to get that screamer. Got him. Right here seems like a good spot for the fireworks.
Well, that's the last of them.
Now to run away. Not too far, because we want to be in good throwing range, because Molotovs, they're not known for their large burning radius, so it's easy to... very easy to miss. So far, so good. The reason I'm swiveling my head around is to make sure that the zombies are not incidentally going to come across me.
Fire in the hole!
Now they should panic, and that will cause them to run into each other and burn each other. Go ahead and throw the other one. There's our sample.
Another job done.
Sweet.
Loot this before we go. Mark the vehicle. Probably safe to hoof it just because the fireworks should have cleared quite a few of them out. Oh, we got a few stragglers. When does wits max out? Stealth has 2 to go. Weapons handling has 2 to go. Now to return to that guy. Right now it's actually kind of annoying me that one of the headlights are out. Because I actually would like that little bit of extra light. Another screamer, which we will run over. A little bit of standing and 5 influence, plus it prevents us from having to deal with any additional zombies. It's worth it for the damage on the vehicle. Get inside. Looks like they got zombies inside. Don't demonetize me, YouTube, for the game saying a swear word. Okay. Talk to Oswald.
Thanks, pal.
Alright, now they should upgrade to being a friendly status, and that means we should
Make
have
something
better...
cure a blood plague if one of us gets infected.
We got 500.
Happy to share the recipe if you need it.
I could buy this, but at the same time, I feel like for the first episode of Pay to Win, we should call at least one thing in. First, let's try this again. I know it's not gonna work,
We'd like to
but let's just humor me.
We're looking to trade.
Of course.
What?
We always have time to support our valued allies.
What? 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 Why is the BFG in my possession? Go back in there. You know what? Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it. I have nothing. I don't know what to tell you. We're just gonna roll with it. Right now my vehicle's sliding with it. There's that annoying checkpoint that I don't like. Got a feral chasing after us. But the Red Talon guys usually have a lot of backup, so we should be okay.
Oh, it's you.
I'm climbing up here
That's a
so
fair.
that you can deal with them instead of me.
Damn quick.
See, there's...
Watch out. Many zombies there.
Let them deal with it. There's 3 Red Talon guys here, they can handle it. Surprised we can't mark the... I hope they don't kill my car. Not part of the plan. Oh my gosh, why don't they just come out and attack? No, you don't. I'm getting up on here. They're chopping him up. Ooh, plague sample. Okay. We're looking for Chew. You. Not you. Oh my god, they're so clustered together.
Anything useful you're looking to unload?
Oh man, so here is the full array of Red Talon things that we can buy. There's so many things that we're gonna have to sort by groups. We're probably not gonna buy any of the ranged weapons, and the reason for that is because the Clio weapons are really no different than normal everyday weapons. They just use the expensive Clio ammo. As a result, it can mean that the Clio Heavy Sniper is pretty good because it's a 50 cal equivalent, and the Clio ammo is very efficient for it. It goes through them pretty slowly. But no, we're not going to do that. We are going to grab some of these melee weapons, though. Some of these melee weapons are actually pretty good, like the Clio Mace. That is one of my favorite. It actually might be my favorite. Let me look at the upgrade. There's no downsides to just equipping this. It's just better than the Mace in every single way. We're not going to use any of these consumables. Maybe we will later on just because it's pay to win, but right now let's, you know, ration what we've got. We're going to definitely use this. This allows us to call in sniper support. So you didn't think I could have a sniper support because I wasn't a builder? Well, we're going to have sniper support. We're going to have this. And that looks like probably everything we can buy. Because I don't want the long blade. Look at the ease of use is awful on it. You run out of stamina so quickly with it. This weapon is good if you have a ton of energy drinks or a ton of stimulants to counter it, but otherwise it's just way too hard to use. This weapon also is pretty good. The easy use isn't great, but it's not as bad as... You might think that that's not a really big difference, but it actually makes a difference in practice, where the Great Hammer does not tire you out nearly as much. But there we go. This is the beginning of our pay to win. I'm broke on prestige points, though, so in between episodes, I will have to grind more Daybreak Witches or Pain, because I absolutely do not like the Daybreak game mode. I think it's extremely repetitious, and that the payouts are very stingy. You get 1,000 PP per hour, assuming you win, less if you lose, and losing is actually not too surprising since so many people will just AFK on you. And look, we barely got... I had like 4,000 prestige points, and I barely got to buy anything. So now we can equip... See, that's actually working pretty good. I'm actually liking that. Let's put this away, call in some more stuff. Like, I know we're going into overtime. What are we at, an hour and 10 minutes? But we're gonna pay to win, so we gotta call our stuff in. We gotta call it in.
That's pretty heavy.
Alright, we're gonna call one more thing in. Let's call in Prepper's Melee.
Supply out here?
Oh, look at all this influence we got. Oh wait, no, it just now subtracted it. Where did it drop? Why did it drop so far away? Come on. Why can't it just be like right next door? Oh yes, it feels nice to use the old Cleo mace again. So why do I like the Cleo mace so much? What I'm really looking for in a blunt weapon is, does it knock the enemy down in one hit with maximum striking skill? Then I'm looking for, does it have a good ease of use where it doesn't eat up a whole lot of stamina per swing? And then the final thing I'm looking for is, how's its durability? And this weapon, it just has kind of like a little bit of everything. It will, when my striking is maxed out, it will knock zombies over in one hit. It doesn't use up that much stamina. It's a pretty efficient weapon in regards to that. I really want... Nope, we can't let you stream. You've got to go. Is that feral after us? Not that I would be able to hit it in the darkness like this. Anyway, so the Cleo Mace, the reason I like it is because it's got the right blend of stats. Like, it'll knock enemies over in one hit with maximum striking. It's got acceptable durability. The durability is, you see, about 50%. That's actually a bit low for a blunt weapon, but it's still decent. Knockdown, as you can see, almost maximum. Ease of use, very high, about 75%. So its weakness is that it is a little bit delicate, but more than worth it. Grass Cutter. This weapon is amazing. This weapon is... I would say it is the best general use bladed weapon. So it's not the best bladed weapon. There is another weapon that can beat it. That would be the Bastard of Bellow Woods. But the Bastard of Bellow Woods is a... Wow, did I just say... Do not demonetize me, YouTube? That is an actual item in the game. That weapon is a rare weapon, so you might have trouble finding it. But, because this weapon is so readily available, I would say that it is the best everyday, just the best general purpose bladed weapon. We'll take a look at its stats and I'll show you why. So we do have that feral chasing us. I really am not as worried about one-on-one ferals anymore because I got the Cleo Mace. I hear him breathing. There he is. We're gonna beat this guy up in one-on-one Mortal Kombat. Unless those zombies join, then it'll be like 3-on-1 with a gun combat. Does he not detect me? I'm trying to not get the zombies as well. Does he not know how to get up here? Come and face me! Face me! Or not. Let's go inside, I guess. Oh, you know what that means. Get executed. Wah, 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 wah. Put our weapons away. Oh wait, we need to make sure there was nothing left in the vehicle. Oh man, we get to pay to win. That's amazing. Yes, there was something in the vehicle. Put this guy on guard duty since we're going to take a look at bladed weapons. Okay, so do we have it? Yes, we do. So we can just completely tear this down because this is going to just get replaced by the Red Talon Workshop, which actually allows us to upgrade other things. Wait, did this thing have a construction cost in addition to that? Yes, it did require 4. That's still so much better than what it could have been otherwise. let's install in here the beacon or the Clio transmitter. What else do we have? The bolt crafting toolset won't be useful without a bolt. Without, I mean, a crossbow to actually shoot the bolts. But let's get out some... Let's get out the parang, why
I
not?
have to run carrying all this.
And let's look at how much better the grass cutter is. And the parang's not a bad everyday weapon. It's almost got maximum lethality. Almost maximum lethality. It's got maximum dismemberment. Very high easy use. Look at the durability. Let's just go back to this. Look at the durability. 50% durability is quite good for a bladed weapon. That much lethality, maximum speed, easy use, very high. It's just an extremely good weapon. Like, there's not going to be another bladed weapon. What is this? What are you going to use? Carpenter's hatchet? Are you joking? What are you going to use? Like, parang? This is just... If you can use the grass cutter because you have the Preppers pack from owning the Ultimate Edition, this is just the standard, the gold standard on bladed weapons. There are better bladed weapons out there, but until you get them, equip all of your guys with one of these. It's just an amazing weapon, and this would be its equivalent for blunt.
With all this.
Very good blunt weapon, extremely good. Anyways, we need to find out. Okay, so since I don't know where to like kind of end the episodes, we're just going to end it right here on this balcony. So, went into a little bit of overtime, but I guess I owed you an extra 20 minutes from the previous episode being short. I was about to apologize to you guys for not being able to pay to win, but here it looks like we wound up being able to pay to win. We're going to be able to pay to win some more. Next episode, I will farm up some more prestige points, even though, I hate that game mode, Daybreak. But let me know if you want to see anything in particular. I'll try to make some accommodations. And by that, I mean like what weapons you want me to buy. I'm going to be using the fireworks weapons. I'm going to be using all the DLC weapons that I can get my hands on in this episode. Like this episode, though, if you're expecting something interesting from paying to win. Like this episode, if you too are breaking out your credit cards to shell out that pay-to-win goodness. Subscribe for future State of Decay content. Subscribe if you too want to pay to win. And remember that you don't have to be good to pay to win.